Hello, SpeedGaming 3. Welcome to the No Logic Summer 2024 tournament. My name is JD Silvergun, and today we have a lower bracket match. This is round 2 of Nobly versus Gabriel. Gabriel won the first match, so Nobly is at risk here. It needs to win the next 2 games to not be eliminated, so we see Nobly has sent me a message in the file creation screen, so I mean, I do roast him pretty hard, but I mean, Nobly is always down to clown, so we can expect some interesting routing from him. And Gabriel, newer runner, but has learned a lot of things quickly. Oh, I think it's anyone's match, and we're getting started. Okay, so Link's house is small heat and mire. Maybe we'll get a sync, I'm not sure. In any case, we have 2 Link's house starts. A piece of heart on the island. Oh yeah, I forgot. Gabriel does this the old fake flipper way, which it works. I'm always surprised when I see it. Nobly going to Sahasrara. Green Pendant and Desert Palace. Okay, just rupees on the man under the bridge. We see half magic in Sahasrara's hut on Nobly's side. Very great safety item. Okay, and Nobly saves and quits to Sanctuary, 300 rupees. In the Sanctuary chest. Okay, I think we're getting our sync now. Thank you very much. Alright, so Gabriel with the swim clip. Nobly in the Lost Woods. A heart container in Ice Rod Cave, and a piece of heart in the Thieves' Hideout. Gabriel setting up a water walk. A disappointing tree pull on Nobly's side, only green rupees. I'm not sure what tier that was, because the Octorok exploding rocks counts as enemy kills for some reason, so that could have been any of the tiers. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Right. Nothing helpful in the waterfall. Nobly farms a bomb and goes to Kakariko. The book was there yesterday, and Gabriel skipped it, and he's skipping it again, which is an interesting decision. Okay, we see Cape for Nobly in Blind's hut. It's kind of weird that the book was in that location in their race yesterday. Oh wait, did I just realize, did Nobly skip Bonk Rocks again? I don't know, maybe he didn't this time. And I just wasn't paying attention. Okay. Well, heart containers are nice early. Cast a tower key. Another heart container. Compass. Well, if nobly did skip Bonk Rocks again, at least it was nothing good this time. He might have skipped it and I just wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure. Or he might not have skipped it. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're just not really finding anything yet. Our only trackable item is a cape. And the cape was in blinds. All other than keys. Okay, Samaria. Now we're starting to cook here. A very, very powerful item. Even if you don't need it to beat the seed, it's very nice to have. Provides alternative ways to do a lot of things. It's easily one of the most overpowered items in the game. Okay, big key to Skull Woods is a fetch quest, but it's nice to have since we haven't been there yet. Okay, so Gabriel in blinds, just kind of repeating the same route as Nobly. Okay, Nobly did the shortcut to skip the race game. Gets the big key of Meyer, which, you know, is only really helpful if we have medallions. Or specifically the correct medallion, I should say. He did skip the Bonk Rocks. Oh, Nobly. Well, at least it was only a compass this time and not the hammer. Oh, shoutouts to our tracker, Muffins, doing the hard work. Okay, blue mail in desert is a nice item. This is a very healthy seed. Like, they have a lot of hearts for 6 minutes. Like, I think I've, like, finished seeds with less health than this, like, several times. Okay, Nobly's setting up in North Samaria. This will take us to Thieves Town. So, Gabriel getting his King of Samaria in the back of the tavern, and following down to the more southern checks towards the desert area. He's going for the sword queue setup with no sword. Well, honestly, I don't know what he's looking at, but... Oh, wait, maybe he remembered from what I said. Yeah, okay, that should be good, I think. It was good. Yay, we're learning. I love it. Oh, except... normally you do this after a YBA, though, not from doing a Samaria, so... I take that back. Well, we're still learning, but we're learning differently. So, Nobly unable to steal the key from Thieves Town for use in desert, which is normally what you want to do with the North Samaria route. And also left behind, I'm gonna call it the compass chest, because I don't actually know. Okay, and Nobly goes back for Bonk Rocks. And is very disappointed that the hammer's not there this time. I'm sure. Okay. Getting a Death Mountain Ascent or DMA from Nobly. Getting into the cave with no glove. No problem. Alright, so Nobly is rescuing the old man. Gabriel It's going to also do the North Samaria. Sword on the old man. Oh, that's classic. Like a non-dupable sword location for your first sword. Classic. Trolley, no logic. Alright, so Gabriel is going through Thieves Town and not going for the bomb clip, which I think is correct in this case. We get a free key if we do it this way, and we can just death warp back to desert. Okay, so nobly got a glove in Hera, it looks like. A small key on the rock. Okay, I think that was a pod key, but the commentary stream like jittered a little bit. The ice rod inside Spectacle Rock Cave. Alright, nobly with the sword out hover again. So he's a big fan of that. And this chest is... Okay, blue cane is helpful, but not a great loss. I think the best use of the blue cane is fighting Armos with no bow. I mean, it can provide additional safety in other places, but like, I feel like in terms of like pure time save, like the Armos fight with no bow is the biggest one. Now we see Gabriel is setting up a East Samaria. This one is more tricky than the North Samaria, and this will go to Swamp. Now, meanwhile, nobly has clipped into Pod from Spectacle Rock Cave. Oh, it's probably hoping to get bailed out by a Cave State Big Key here. I would expect him to do a lot of other checks before, like, hammer jumping the big chest. It looks like Gabriel abandoned the East Samaria. Just unfortunate. Like, going to Swamp to get those items in the back early can be a really powerful play. Okay, so nobly found a mushroom and an ether medallion. Pod. Mushroom is kind of like an oh god item because we can use it for indexing for misslotting glitches, but we would rather not. And there's always the there's always the possibility that like the mushroom actually has a good item when you turn it in, so it's just kind of a decision that I don't like dealing with. You can save scum it, but that's time consuming. Gabriel having a little trouble with the overworld glitch. I'm a little bit surprised that nothing bad happened there, but it's all good. Eastern Palace Big Key in K45. Oh, he did find a cave key. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, Gabriel found the cave key, sorry. So the Thieves Town Big was in Agina, I'm guessing? Have to bear with me. I'm trying, but it's hard to pay attention to one stream, let alone two streams. Okay, nobly getting the bad news that he does not have a cave key. Hey, so Looks like we're not finding anything in the dam or the sunken treasure, so Gabriel moving on to Mini Moldorm Cave. Nobly is going through the dark maze. A single arrow of destiny, French vanilla. It moved up one floor. Hey, blue boomerang could be interesting. And we see the flute in Mini Moldorm Cave for Gabriel. There a map, 100 rupees, pod small. Okay, it looks like we're gonna do a Samaria door juke. As long as you don't glitch the door, this is fine, and he got it. I say don't glitch the door, but I mean, I think just don't Samaria the door, just juke. Alright, Nobly is resetting the dungeon, getting into proper pod state as opposed to the cave state we were in earlier. Okay, so this is a statue drag for Helmasaur, or a statue drag to Helmasaur for those that do not know. It's just the normal way that we go to the boss. Normal, at least in No Logic. Abusing a statue pulling animation and a bunch of other mechanics so we can reach the boss's room using only bombs. Okay, so Gabriel activating the flute and going to rescue the old man. Nobly's continuing the statue drag. Alright, that looks good to me. Alright, and the boss taking damage confirms that everything is okay. Yeah, Kate plus half magic makes this a lot less disgusting than it would be otherwise. It takes 8 fighter sword spins, but I nobly got a lot of double spins there, so that was nice. And unfortunately, it gets a pendant. Definitely not what you're hoping for when you rush Helma, especially without the mirror. But it is information. It's too early to say whether that information is hard to obtain otherwise. Like, if Gabriel never finds the pod map, it may end up doing this anyway. Okay, Nobly attempting a quadrant glitch, there's no way that worked. And Nobly agrees, so we're giving it another go. Okay, so Gabriel doing a DMD and a Houlihan. I missed it. I'm guessing Nobly thinks it wasn't good. I actually missed the attempt that time. Alright, Hera clip for Gabriel on the left side. Where are we going? Oh yeah, oh, we haven't checked this yet. That's right. So Gabriel's going to get a glove here. Alright, at least I think. Maybe it was in the chest. Oh, you know, if it was in the chest, why didn't they dupe it? One might wonder. The Hera duping is all the rage these days. I mean, gloves aren't that important, but it would be funny if they did dupe it. I mean, it depends on how the seed plays out. There are seeds where mitts actually do have good value, like, because they can save on glitching items for, like, dungeon entry, like, specifically for ice, or maybe for mire as well, if we have the medallion. I missed what happened with Nobly, but this is unfortunate. Alright, thank you, Muffins. Oh, Muffins, our tracker, is saying that he did 2 successful quadrant glitches, which in this case is not what you want to do. The way that those work is the second one cancels out the desyncing. The camera will still be bad, but we'd want to be desynced for this quadrant glitch. Alright, GT Big Key on the floating island, rather. So we see. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, you can't spin speed while your face is against a wall. Anyways, yeah. So 2 cave state big keys that are not in the castle is unfortunate for Nobly because already doing pod and orphaning the big chest. And having already done the boss as well orphans the big chest even harder, which, I mean, generally we do orphan a lot of stuff in this mode, but we do somewhat try to avoid it if we can. So Gabriel into Paradox, and Nobly close behind in Spiral Cave. Just arrows in Spiral Cave, though. More arrows in Paradox, and some money. A swamp big. Blue potion, our first bottle actually. Very important. And some heart pieces. Alright, Nobly, close behind, about to get all the same things. Oh, Gabriel, again, going for the left side here, clip. Where are we going, though? Okay, into the dark world. No, this is game 2. Gabriel is up 1 game. Okay, so Gabriel's setting up a fake flute. This is an overworld YBA that lets us use the flute in the dark world. It also gives us Super Bunny. And unfortunately misses it. Okay, Okay, so nobly attempting the fake flute now. And gets it, very nice. Okay, and so you have Super Bunny. Pressing A on a triple location will give you link state temporarily until you enter and exit the underworld, assuming that you don't find the Moon Pearl, which is certainly possible. TR Big is really good. The lightening the load on the glitching items if TR happens to be a crystal, and even if it's not, it's still potentially a very good big key. Less so that since we have Samaria, but okay, so Thieves Town and Eastern are crystals. We find out from the bomb shop vendor. Alright, it's time Gabriel with the left, or sorry, with the right side here, Clip. You love to see it. Save time. Alright, so not sure what. Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody hasn't done this yet. I forgot. So this is probably just going to be a play to Mini Molar Cave after this. Okay, yeah, I'm really a big proponent of doing this fake flute to the left and not to the right because it gives you an extra pixel. I mean, some people are good enough that it doesn't matter, but I like to try to idiot-proof things if I can. But yeah, buffering diagonally to move 1 pixel at a time is a good way to approach the edge of the screen as well. Okay, he gets it. And we're fluting to 3 and not 7, so this is interesting divergence. Okay, so nobly picking up the flutes in the Mini Molar Cave. So Gabriel doing some enemy manipulations. So for those that don't know, you cannot take any damage while you have Super Bunny or you lose the Super Bunny state. You also can't jump off ledges or walk near pits or bonk anything. Okay, so digging on Gabriel's side. Alright, it looks like we weren't satisfied with the 50. We need to make sure we profit on this venture. And we leave just in time to not get scolded. Okay, so nobly is getting the book, and once again, I'm like extremely amused that that was in the same place in both races, and also in both races, nobly is picking it up and Gabriel skipping it. Gabriel having an unfortunate soft lock, but it's a pretty like costly mistake because he's not getting the TR big key now, if that's relevant. Also, he was trying to check the Meyer medallion, I assume, though, but Yeah, when you're doing like out of bounds, like ledge hopping, yeah, you need to be careful because a lot of them don't go the way that you would expect they do. So that was pretty unfortunate. And yeah, Dark Link, what you're saying is true. I mean, if you know the pixel, you know the pixel. Alright, this looks... Are we just getting the item, or is this an Eastern play? Or is this a pod play, and getting the item? Alright, nobly into Uncle passage. Making a play for Thieves Town. Now, it looks like Gabriel is going to pod. Oh, this is our first Underworld YBA on Nobly's side. And he gets it, very nice. And Gabriel gets the clip into pod. Some mushroom. And Nobly was not polite enough to quick swap for us in case that was an item, but I forgive him. Multitasking can be hard. Oh, Pearl was on Uncle? I missed that. Okay, well, because nobody had the Paradox bottle, but it could have been a second bottle. I was thinking about that, but I wasn't sure. I don't know, if he did hit L and R, like, there was an audio cue that I could have heard if I was paying attention. Alright, good blind fight, even though it's off script. GT small, not really helpful. Pearl is interesting, especially in a location like that is very much free, but also very much skippable. Okay, so only rupees in the pod, big chest, so Nobly is not going to be punished for that skip. Or, I mean, I don't know if I should call it a skip or not, but he was unable to get it, though, at the time. I'll just say it that way. Okay, chest game is the Key of Hera. Okay, nothing in the Thieves Town ambush chest. Okay, so for those that don't know, the reason Nobly had to go in and out is because we were in cave state before, and he used a glitch called LSD blind to keep the door open, so was able to defeat the boss, exit, re-enter, and collect the prize, which in this case, good news for Nobly, it is a crystal, and this is our first crystal of the race. So Nobly currently up 1-0. Gabriel doing a YBA and to set up a wrong warp to Hera. Although we are still in cave state on Gabriel's side, so we'll be able to unlock things. The pod map, okay, so... Oh, and the fire rod. Okay, fire rod is really good. It's our first fire source. And pod map is bad news for Nobly, even though he doesn't know it, because Gabriel's not going to fight Helbasaur now. Okay, flute activation for Nobly. Taking advantage of the fake world to transition back and forth. And all of a sudden we are officially in the real light world. And a fake dark world connects to real light world, I guess. Is how you would explain that. Alright, so Gabriel unlocked the Hera Big Key door, and it looks like we're clipping to Swamp now. Okay, Nobly and the potion shop. Okay, it does confirm that he has 2 bottles by purchasing 2 potions. Okay, Gabriel dash Citrus into Swamp. Cave state. Nobly has a red and a blue. I wonder where we're going. We also have Moon Pearl, so... could be a lot of places. Okay, small key to Skull in the second check in Swamp. Okay, so we've unlocked the door, but because our sprites are gone, we are not able to do this first chest in Swamp. And Gabriel also, in the, like how we saw earlier with Nobly, that was in the fake dark world, so transitions to real light world and uses the flute to go to the potion shop. Okay, Nobly into Super Bunny. Compass. Heart piece. Okay. Not what we're hoping for, but good to get it out of the way, I guess. Alright. Hookshot Cave, or Nobly, or perhaps it probably should be more accurately called Hover Cave in this mode. Okay, so we get a heart piece. Oh, to get that far and then fall is always frustrating. I rarely go for hovers in races because I'm not consistent at it. Like, not even close. A map of Swamp is good info. And meanwhile, we see Gabriel climbing Hera. Well, it looks like Nobly didn't get much apart from that map. So meanwhile, Gabriel into the Moldorm fight. Making an unfortunate fall. Nobly setting up a mirrorless wrap to go to the laser bridge. It's kind of tricky to do with spin speed, but he did it though. Okay. I mean, that step has like 3 different ways you can do it. The rest of it's the same though. Okay, well, one of the steps there was incorrect. I don't know if it was just because he went too high or something else, but that is unfortunate. Okay, we see that Moldorm has a bottle and that Hera is a crystal. Although we already had the map from somewhere. So, we're tied up on crystal counts for the moment, but Nobly has the Hera big key and presumably is going to clear that right now. He's going to get the fire rod, which is a very important item in a lot of seeds. Okay, I guess we're going to Dark Cross. Oh no, never mind. I was confused by his motions. I thought he was going to like set up the bomb clip. Never mind. Sorry. Okay, so Gabriel's going back to pod, it looks like, but I'm not sure why. Fire rod for Nobly and Hera. And Nobly getting the bad news that pod map was available. Oh, did Gabriel? Oh, maybe Gabriel skipped the right side of pod last time? Or we're going for a bomb juke? I'm not sure. Well, these walls aren't open, so he hasn't been here yet. Because I don't think he hovers. Alright, a nice Moldorm kill for Nobly. Alright, so Gabriel did... I guess we're not juking, which is okay. I wonder if we're just gonna leave and come back in so that he can check the prize, because he has the map. Not sure what we're thinking right now. But meanwhile, Nobly is in the Dark World, doing a Death Mountain descent and heading in the Skullwoods direction. Okay, so Gabriel is doing the quadrant glitch. Nobly into Skullwoods. Okay, looks like we're rushing straight for the back first. The fighter sword moth's kind of gross, but half magic and fire rod do help. Oh no, Nobly breaking the rules by dashing in that room. Someone will have to alert the guy that threatened to steal people's cartridges for dashing in that room. There's probably no vanilla speedrunners here that know what I'm talking about, but it's a thing, trust me. Alright, so Gabriel was successful with the quadrant glitch, getting the nothing that was here back into the light world, and fluting nobly into the moth fight. And gets it done, very nice. Alright, and 20 rupees and a crystal. Alright, so nobly taking a bit of a lead here, 3-1 on the crystals count. Gabriel setting up a juke to get to the Eastern Palace big key chest. Oh, right. Oh, I didn't realize that we knew our full info. So Swamp is a pendant, which is probably a relief for these runners. I know Nobly has done clippers before, but I don't know how comfortable he is with it. And Swamp is just generally very annoying if you don't have either flippers or specifically Samaria hook pushing. And Nobly finds the Master Sword in Skull Woods in the front. So, with 3 bottles and Samaria and Moon Pearl, Master Sword, and both rods, Nobly may need to have to start convincing himself to try to finish the game here. But we'll see what he decides to check from here on out. But like oh, in theory he has more than enough. Is it the greatest way to clear the game? Not necessarily, but it is doable. But we have seen many runners, you know, continue to search for easier solutions and quality of life items as well, so we'll have to see what Nobly thinks about his... Okay, so that right there, the Meyer medallion being Bombos, is a reason to continue looking for items if he didn't have one already. 8 flippers and a pendant swamp seed, a classic. Alright, so the medallion info is good knowledge for Nobly. Okay, we see Gabriel gets red mail in Eastern, which a lot of people don't like. Alright, Nobly actually checking the man under the bridge with flippers, rarely seen in this mode. Okay, Gabriel doing a quadrant glitch in Eastern. Needs to do this twice for it to work. Now this is some rough enemy RNG. He's probably gonna need to reload. Oh, no, never mind. Wow, way to just go to the frame. Oh, he didn't trust it. I don't know, maybe it was not good, but I thought it was good, but I'm not the one playing the game, so sometimes it's hard to tell. So since he did it 3 times, he needs one of those attempts to not be good now. Because you have to do it twice successfully for this trick to work. So we need to desync and resync ourselves with our quadrant, but the result of that is that our camera is broken. Okay, well, it looks like he correctly assessed his, attempts and was able to get through, so that's really nice. Okay, meanwhile, Nobly is attempting this mirrorless wrap again. Not sure what went wrong last time, but this is kind of a particular clip. Okay, that looked good. Okay, so Gabriel showing us with some enemy manipulations and a broken camera. We can skip the bow requirement. And it's putting the Verna to good use. The Nobly unfortunately left behind. Although it actually didn't have much magic to use it with. Because Gabriel has still not been to Sahasrara, so it doesn't have the half magic. Alright, Nobly is taking a nap on Laser Bridge, which is okay. That enemy is so trolly, I swear. I don't think anyone likes that guy. Alright, so second crystal for Gabriel from Eastern. I kind of think you want to do TR last, but because you can warp directly to Agatu and then drop into Ganon, but the reasoning for doing this sooner is that you get 4 quick items on Laser Bridge that could help you out on other dungeons, so it's not generally agreed upon. A sick kid check from Gabriel, and we see the lamp. Wow, very nice. Well, we don't have hookshot, but lamp still is a very powerful item, especially for Gabriel, who does not have the moon pearl. With lamp can be used to set up conveyor, which is quite relevant if you don't have the moon pearl. Okay, never mind, he's about to get the moon pearl, forget everything I just said. I mean, conveyor is Meyer access too, if they are comfortable with doing that. I don't know, there's no real super quick way into Meyer. I mean, I guess because they have the flute. Like, Desert Meyer is probably the fastest, but they don't have the Desert Big Key. They do have Eastern Big Key, but, like, going into Eastern and doing half the dungeon is not super quick either. Yeah, there's just... Meyer's just kind of annoying no matter how you go about it. Alright, so Gabriel's going to Thieves Town. And where's Nobly going? Ether tablet check. Or maybe we checked this earlier and we're just getting the item now. Oh, 4th bottle for Nobly. I mean, that doesn't hurt. It could be potentially helpful with saving time on potion trips. Or just providing backup potions for missed YBAs. Or in this case, we're doing Stairmaster. So, which means Nobly did not go to K45 and get the Eastern Big Key. Which isn't a terrible loss, but that means he can't do Meyer vanilla with... I say vanilla, but it's pretty much vanilla if you go there in Eastern and have the Eastern big key, because they have Samaria. Oh wait, Nobly already had the lamp. I am sorry. I didn't realize that. Okay, so Gabriel into the blind fight, using the LSD blind glitch to keep the door open. Okay, Nobly is doing a YBA potion glitch to go from Eastern to Meyer, but it's still in cave state, so he has no proper dungeon ID right now, so he's going to be able to unlock everything and also open the big chest if he wants to. And to answer someone in chat, does No Logic make seeds unbeatable? No, because we know a lot of glitches. For tournament rules, there might be edge cases where we can't complete the seed because of the boss requirement, but we have 4 of the rods available, 2 of each in the pool, to alleviate that problem. But, okay, nice bow for Nobly, that's a helpful item that saves time. Anyway, so the other really cool thing about double rods is that it encourages most people, not everyone, to go for more low percent go modes, which involve doing more glitches and less, you know, finding items that are generally required. Oh, I don't want to rag on him too much, because I rag on Nobly all the time, but I'm not sure what we're... Like, is he just hoping the Meyer medallion is in here, or the hookshot? I mean, he is ahead right now, but I don't know how long he can afford to be greedy and keep checking items. Like, I'm confident Nobly knows how to complete the seed with the equipment he has. He just doesn't want to do it with only potion glitches and Samaria glitches, is what I'm guessing. Well, actually, he's not even ahead anymore. It's tied 3, or no, he is. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me get it right. So it's 4-3 right now on the crystal. And also, Gabriel doesn't have Master Sword, so doesn't have the option of go moding. But Nobly is clearing out this Meyer, like completely, it looks like. And not finding anything other than the bow. It looks like Gabriel's setting up a fake powder magic bat check, or has already set it up rather, and is just showing us a clip to get past the hammer peg. Yeah, I don't think we've seen what was on the mushroom. I mean, we might have seen it from Nobly, but I'm not sure. If that's a sword, that will be hilarious. Okay, just a Meyer Small on Magic Bat. Unfortunate for Gabriel. I totally missed Nobly getting the lamp on Sick Kid, because apparently he had it before Gabriel. He must have done it when he activated the flute. Would be my guess. But I could be wrong. And I would say Gabriel's not necessarily guaranteed to check that location in Skullwoods. Like, he could decide to go other places first and find a different sword. Because we've seen a lot of people skip Skullwoods, because it's not the most dense location. It's not the least dense location, but I don't know. I think skipping anything in this mode is pretty reasonable, but you have to choose to go somewhere, and we're gonna see where Gabriel chooses to go now. Okay, powder on Vitreous for Nobly. So defeating a boss in Cave State does not receive a prize, but it is required by the rules that we defeat our crystal bosses anyway, so Nobly has fulfilled that part of the requirement for Meyer. So that brings him up to 5 bosses, 4 crystals. Or 5 crystal bosses specifically. Alright, so Gabriel confirming Pendant Pod on his map, and still doesn't know about Swamp. Alright, well, it looks like Gabriel might just be going to Skullwoods now, and is probably going to get that sword. And this does make sense because, I mean, having the fire rod and the sword, but see, he's doing the same routing Nobly did though, skipping the front on the way in. And we'll probably backtrack out and do the checks, which is slower, but unless you're planning to just skip everything entirely. Yeah, Nobly even did this room first, too, so this is so far exactly the same routing. Okay, so Nobly into proper Eastern State, gets a green rupee. That's about what I expect from Eastern. Yeah, Skelly, I agree with you. It's really awkward to get to Vidi. Like, if they had, because they have the flute, if they also had the Desert Big Key, that would, like, without a doubt be the fastest. But they don't have the Desert Big Key, so they would still have to, like, get into Meyer from Desert and then do more YBAs. Or not. Yeah, they would. Because of not having the Desert Big Key. And going to Eastern is not super quick either. I mean, what Nobly did wasn't bad, I think. I don't know. It might have been a little faster than going in Eastern State, but also Nobly did not get the Eastern Big Key, so didn't have the option to use the Eastern Big Key. So I think what he did was definitely at least easier than going in Eastern State. It's just kind of an awkward boss to get to if you don't just have hook pushing. Because even if you don't have the Desert Big Key, like hook pushing from Desert and then hook pushing past the Samaria Big Key requirement, I think is still arguably faster, but you know, just going to Eastern feels slow, even if you have the flute, and then doing half the dungeon to get to the room that you glitch from. The conveyor gets you a free item on the way, at least. So anyway, Nobly is up to 5 crystals and 6 crystal bosses. Gabriel into the moth fight. Doing a lot of fire rod shots. Because our sword is bad, and gets the kill, very nice. Alright, this looks like an ice play from Nobly. Why he went to all that effort to damage himself when he's going to bomb snap into the door anyway. Well, let's just say nobody's perfect. Alright, so Gabriel is walking out, so I think he's about to get the sword. Okay. I'm curious how aggressively Gabriel will play this, because we have not seen that much aggression from Nobly. He's still clearing dungeons, but he's not co-moding them. Okay, we're taking a death, I'm guessing. Is Gabriel? Oh, Gabriel's. Oh, it's trying to dupe the sword. Okay, I see. Alright, well that looked good. I was confused for a second. I was like, why are we death warping? Well, that was really quick thinking on the fly. Very nice from Gabriel. Okay, with the aggressive sword duping, that tells me that Gabriel probably is not going to look for too many more things. And yeah, you can't flute in fake Dark World. You can flute in fake Light World, though. Yes, we are joined by Tam in chat. How was your race, Tam? I agree that Nobly. Well, I don't know. Not having the hammer, you would have to clip out of the hammer pegs, which is really annoying. That's actually more annoying than doing the flipper wrap, in my opinion. But regardless of time, I think the flipper wrap is like a little bit safer because I mean, you're not gonna really fail it if you've done it before. Whereas YBAs can randomly go wrong for anyone. Well, and just the fact that it doesn't, like, consume resources. Like, that in and of itself makes the flipper wrap very valuable. But, yeah, nobody agrees on this, though. It's at your own discretion. Like, if you were already in the Dark World, like, especially in cases like that, like, the flipper wrap makes sense. Okay, we see the mirror, which is actually the best way of getting into Ice Palace if you have the Moon Pearl. But it's inside Ice Palace in this seed. Okay, Gabriel also into ice. See if Gabriel's more aggressive than Nobly. Although I guess these checks are kind of on the way though, so... Oh, this check is very skippable, the one Nobly's doing right now. I don't know, but I guess it's comfy with half magic to check that. Alright, so this is a spin YBA. Okay, so far so good. That looked good, just has to do specific motion. Well, one of two specific motions. Like, Nobly does not favor the Tam Slam. Okay, nobly gets the boss down, very nice. And Gabriel setting up the spin YBA also. Just to consume magic for it to work. Or... well, actually, I don't think that's actually true. Because he bombed himself. Oh no! He missed it. That is very unfortunate. And I'm guessing he didn't have a backup. Like, I would have used the red potion if he had it, but... he might not have had another potion. I thought he had a red, but I could be wrong. As with Tempered Sword, I mean, it's a much easier fight than the one Nobly did, even if it's VRAM. Okay, Nobly... okay, I guess he wanted to Houlihan. So I was gonna say... if he didn't fix the camera... well, meanwhile, Gabriel is doing a super jump. Okay, well, at least Gabriel's getting the TR big key from Hype Cave. That's a good thing. Nobly in Dark Cross, which is unexpected, even for Nobly, I think. Yeah, I thought that maybe that was the reason too, but he had, like, we have a bajillion pod keys in this seed. So, and Swamp is a pendant. So, like, I just don't understand. But for those that don't know, for the medallionless Meyer dupe that doesn't involve hook pushing, we use a pod key to open the Dark Cross key door. And if we don't have one, we need to find a way around that, whether it's opening that door with another key or some other kind of solution. Okay, both runners farming rupees when they weren't out of rupees. I'm a little surprised, because nobody did the Houlihan, and now Gabriel's doing the arrow game. Okay, so nobly... okay, this is a sewer door delete, but I was paused because I was confused. I don't know why we're doing the potion method when we can do a South Samaria. Maybe nobly doesn't know that, or isn't comfortable with the South Samaria. So this is a double YBA. Oh man, that is rough luck for nobly. Okay, well now we're trying to do the Samaria. Like, honestly, this is... I don't want to say one way or the other is easier, but I would say most people prefer this method. Which is also not trivial, though. Okay, I think he's looking up a guide. I think nobly, like, isn't confident on the adjustments for this. So Gabriel picking up the flippers in Meyer's shed. And now has the medallion info. Yeah, I'm gonna assume nobly is looking up a guy for South Samaria. Okay, Gabriel buying potions. We see red, red, red. Triple red. Yeah, I agree with Chad. This input display nobly has is silly. Alright, where are we going with Gabriel? Okay, so without the hammer, we have to clip out of here. Okay, that actually should be good. Like, the VRAM is a side effect of doing it without stepping on the star tile, or also, if you do a select buffers, also you get VRAM, but it's perfectly fine. Oh, the door was deleted, so there's a magic door in Hyrule Castle that changes our dungeon ID, and we're gonna use it to change our dungeon ID from Pod to Mire. Looks like Gabriel's having trouble doing this clip here. I think he was trying to do the spin speed version, which is kind of weird, it's kind of particular. Yeah, when I said this was the best way to go to Ice Palace, that's just my preference. Like, there is a setup that we use in the vanilla AD speedrun that, like, puts you, like, directly on the pixel, so you don't have to mess around with that, but nonetheless, Gabriel gets it. We're inside the Ice Palace courtyard and going in the entrance now. Getting trolled by the berry RNG. Yeah, God, this room is terrible in every category. Anyway, so nobly into Palace of Darkness. Cave state, but needs to reset the dungeon first. Oh, I guess nobly just decided to check everything in Mire and Ice and call it go mode because nobly is about to be done if he can do this dupe successfully. Oh, and fight Agatu and Ganon, which is, I'm assuming, gonna be no problem with red mail and half magic, but now a tournament is a lot of pressure, so anything could happen. Okay, so he gets the first YBA. So, as I said, we need to change our dungeon ID. It just so happens that Pod is paired with Mire, so the first step of the process is to go from Pod to Hera. And we go from Hera to the castle. And we're gonna see nobly run through a door, which is visibly there, but it's actually been deleted. I was saying last race nobly was having a rough day, but this time Gabriel's having a rough day out of bombs and leaving the dungeon. This very, very feels bad moment. Alright, so this bomb clip on nobly's side will take us to the castle. Okay, I understand now why nobly checked Dark Cross, and I've done this before too, is, if you're going to do this process anyway, you would rather check it before doing this than while doing it, if it's an item that is helpful. So, at the time I was confused, but I understand now why he went out of his way to check Darkcross. But him walking in and out of that door... I don't know why his thing says pendant. Sometimes it takes a little bit to update, but... I'm assuming everything is okay. I'm pretty sure he went in and out of the door, so... This might be a... Okay, just now it changes to crystal, so it takes a little bit for the game to update, but he would have gotten a crystal anyway. So this YBA, when he gets it, is going to take us back to Hera. Okay, so, you're supposed to light the torch before you do this, actually, so that we can get a good visual cue, but since Moldorm is already defeated, like, Nobly can feel free to just back out of the door however much he wants to, and it's no problem, like we see. So the only side effect of backing out too much is that the sprites are despawned, but since Moldorm is defeated, we don't need the sprites, so everything's okay. But back on the Darkcross thing, it is a little bit faster to check it from Hera if you're going to do that check, but he could have done it on his way to Pod if he like did a Hera clip, but regardless, I understand the reasoning for checking it. I just didn't expect to see it because I thought I was the only one that did that. But meanwhile, we see Gabriel is experiencing some VRAM corruption of the heavy variety, and yeah, I think that's a boss killed, so nice job. Alright, so Nobly just has to do Aga 2 and Ganon. There's a nice quick warp we can do from Turtle Rock. Affectionately referred to as the lava dive. This is Nobly with the fairy farm. Oh, and he didn't even get it. That's rough. Well, Nobly doesn't know it, but he has time to compensate for that mistake. He gets an up teleport instead of a down teleport by mistake. I was going to say he has time to retry the Ganon fight, but then he just made a different mistake, so that was kind of amusing, but it happens to all of us. I certainly make a lot of mistakes myself. Gabriel setting up a mirror wrap to Turtle Rock. Laser bridge. This is kind of an older setup, but it works. Okay, so meanwhile, nobody wants to go to the middle of Turtle Rock, though, not Laser Bridge. And yeah, I was expecting him to chill. Oh, the Meyer medallion was in the Turtle Rock big chest. So he wanted that to be a sword or a bow, but I mean, having the mirror, he could have checked the lava chest first, and then checked the big chest to increase chances of finding something helpful, but nonetheless, we do a North Samaria. And then we transition a couple of times, and we fall in the lava. And here we are, at the Aga 2 fight. Meanwhile, Gabriel is battling Trinex. Just has to do phase 2. Okay, we get a double from Nobly on the Aga fight. I think that counted as 2, so like 2-2. Oh no, he must have had 1 earlier. So let's call that a 1-2-2-1, I guess. Nobly doing laps instead of trying to climb. Typical clowning. Alright, so Gabriel gets the 6th crystal. Alright, so Nobly has to do a Master Sword Silverless fight. 52 spins to win is the game here. Shouldn't be an issue with all these safeties he has, but nothing is impossible. And so far he's doing a good job, getting a lot of double spins. And now the hard part is phase 2, and not having the hook shot to get in and out of the fire ring is annoying. Okay, Nobly drinking a potion for safety. Understandable. Okay, looks like Gabriel's working on his Meyer dupe as well. Generally, it's advised to do the boss first. Which I don't think Gabriel did, but Gabriel's showing us the South Samaria again. So meanwhile, Nobly getting past the difficult part of the fight, now into phase 3. Okay, Gabriel deletes the door. Find the arrows in the Dark World. Well, we left a lot of Dark World unchecked, so I don't know. With the Spike Cave, Catfish, Hammer Pegs, Smith Chain. Oh no, Nobly! But did your input get eaten? What happened? Oh, this is awful. Oh no. We missed Torch Glitch. I mean, it happens to the best of us once in a while, but this is going to make a long fight even longer. Yeah, I agree, Malmo. Who would miss Torch Glitch? I'm kidding, of course. I've missed Torch Glitch as well, but no one expects to miss Torch Glitch, though, so it's always surprising when it happens. Oh no, why are we here in Castle Tower on Gabriel's side? I'm confused. I mean, he didn't get the... I don't know, regardless of having the swamp map or not, he has flippers. Unless there was like an item on Lumberjack that we want, which this is still not the way that you normally do that in this mode. I'm very confused. But both these runners are just confusing me today. Oh, never mind. This is Vitreous. I understand now. It just took me a minute to put together. This is a thing that you can do. I'll just put it that way. Like, I didn't even think about this option, because all the options are so bad that Gabriel chose this one, which is actually, in my opinion, the worst of all of the above, but I mean, if the eyeball doesn't get stuck in the goo, I mean, it works. So, you just have to take my word for it. This is a Vitreous fight on the right side. And it looks like we're doing cape strats. Hey, Nobly, still working on the fight, and he hasn't fallen, so it's looking good. Alright, well, Ganon is down. Perseverance pays off. Meanwhile, Gabriel is trying to lure an eyeball out of solid goop, and he gets it. Interesting. Very nice. Alright, so Nobly has finished with an official time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, 17 seconds. GG's to Nobly, congratulations. And please also get your GG's in chat for Gabriel, who has decided to forfeit. Understandably so. And leaves us with a nice VRAM title screen. And VRAM text even. Right, so we should be getting at least Nobly. Okay, we are joined by Nobly, the winner of today's race. Congratulations, Nobly.
Yo, GG's. I have never sweated a Ganon fight as much, ever.
Yeah, you didn't know it at the time, but you pulled ahead pretty far, because Gabriel was having trouble with Ice Palace, but, obviously you had no way of knowing that, though. But I have to ask, even though it was pretty obvious, what were your thoughts about, opening the Turtle Rock Big Chest and getting the Bombos Medallion?
I was furious. Because I had missed inputs during my turtle power, so my downwards button didn't read during the transition. So
Oh, yeah, so Muffins had a theory that what happened to you, I think I was like focusing on something Gabriel was doing at the time, but if you did successfully quadrant glitch twice, then your transitions aren't broken. That was Muffin's theory on what happened, but I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe...
Nah, I missed the downwards input when walking through. That was also...
So you were... Okay.
Yeah, because I saw that my input wasn't downwards, I was like, when I transition. So... Because the first time I moved and it didn't succeed, so I had to redo it. So... I would have had that bomb bullseye at that point, but... You know, this is... And you could see me looking up, you know, how to do, like, pseudo delete with Kane, because I'm not used to it, and I was like, I failed my YBAs, and I have to go and find a picture now, so... That. And of course, finding Hera on the glitch map when you're in desperate need of it is not ideal.
Well, you did do it though. Because I was wondering why you didn't go for the Samaria setup right away. Because most people seem to prefer that. But I mean, what you're saying makes sense though. And like learning it on the fly though it was still nice. Like you did do it. You didn't have to like do a second attempt. So you did. You only made one trip. I think is nice at least.
Yeah, I mean, it was also partially me stressing going to escape because I didn't. In my head, I didn't think that you have pod keys, so you don't have to go and open the door. So I stressed out and I was like, there's so many steps to this, and like, ah, I know.
Okay, I was
In
wondering.
in theory, I know how to do everything. It's just when it comes up in my head, everything is like, how do I do this again? And I didn't have hook push, and I was like.
Oh, believe me, I understand. Like, these races are just, like, you feel like an enormous pressure. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes. But what I thought, when I didn't realize it at the time, but when you went to Dark Cross, I was wondering why, but what I thought, my theory was, I was like, oh, well, if you're going to do the, the dupe anyway, you're probably going to check this chest anyway, so maybe you want to check it first in case it actually is a good item. But, I mean... Yeah, what you're saying also makes sense. Sometimes people forget that we normally use a pod key to open that door. So, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it's
I didn't know
understandable in the
what
heat
happens
of the
if you go
race.
ups and downs and around, and yeah. And when I was standing next to the torch and I was spamming Y button, but my controller disconnected when the lamp went out, I think, or something almost. Because I think there's some loose cables, and like I was like, man, and I was like, I don't really have the time to refight. I just have to push through, I guess, but I don't know yet. It felt weird.
Yeah, I actually missed it until afterwards, but I mean, like with all respect, normally people don't miss like I suspected it was an Eaton input or a technical issue because you don't normally miss lamp torch glitch. So I'm not surprised to hear that it was probably a tech issue, and that's unfortunate. Like I recently like changed my controller setup and it's been great. Like it totally works. I'm just not used to the controller, so like my muscle memory is not where it used to be, but it
I mean,
works. I don't know. I understand you on controller struggles completely.
yeah. Well, when I found the Somaria there early on, I was like, oh, that's sweet. I can finally, for once, use the tech that Muffins told me how to do with going to Thieves Town. I was like, yes, finally. Finally, I see where I can STC and just go to Thieves Town early. And I was like, oh, wait, I haven't actually looked on how to do these two checks. Like, I wasn't sure if I could get the other one, so I just saved and quit, just to be sure.
I think you had to save and quit there because something weird happened. So what people normally do with that route, like which is different than the YBA route, is you get the attic chest to bomb open the floor, but then go downstairs, steal the key, and then either mirror or death warp on the spikes, and then you can just use the key to get the other checks. I think is what most people do, or at least it's what I do. Because when you do the bomb clip with the Samaria glitched like transitions, like as you saw, like weird things happen. So
Yeah. So it was interesting.
well,
Because
it was
last
a
time,
nice bomb clip. It was swordless bomb clip.
yeah,
Because I saw last match you were still using like a sword cue in the wall or something to set
no,
it
no.
up, is what it looked like.
I used the same setup as a diver down with the tiles, but the tiles were changed in desert state. So I was like, and then I was like, because I watched back, the race last time, and then like I remembered JD was like, yeah, just line up with the fence and then do one pixel to the left and then do a bomb downwards, and like, okay, let's try that then. So actually learning.
Yeah, yeah, I used to eyeball that bomb clip too, but somebody told me that setup, and I was like, oh man, this is so much easier than having to remember one of the pixels. At least for me.
Yeah. I mean, I used the same queue as a diver down in Swan Palace, so for me it was the same, so it's kind of what I went with. I just sometimes just change the tiles up and do it one too high, and then I realized like, oh, that was too high.
Oh yeah, because that's right. Because if you do the YBA method, you go up and down the stairs, so the tiles are different. Okay, I understand what you mean.
So, yeah, but yeah. It was interesting. I mean, when I failed the torch glitch on Ganon, I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose to this now because I spent so much time duping Meyer, and I was like, I didn't feel great. And then, of course,
you had a... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
like, better on top of it was finding bombos in big chest of TR, because if I got my turtle power, I would have clipped into TR on the SDC to get vanilla big key chest and big chest and saved and quit, but oh, that was also painful.
Well, so Gabriel did do turtle power, but because they didn't have... They were late to the Moon Pearl, as well, but they didn't follow up the play with a TR or a GT play. They just decided to leave the mountain afterwards. So they didn't have it either. Something interesting. It seemed like you were, or no, you had a lead like throughout the whole time, but it looked like Gabriel was like not too far behind, like only like a boss or a crystal behind or so. And then Gabriel did a really quick, like on the fly dupe to with the sword in not Thieves, Skullwoods. So I was thinking maybe that the Tempered Sword would make a difference and help him catch up, but unfortunately Gabriel had a lot of issues with ice, like a lot of issues, like had trouble with the YBA, and then also ran out of bombs, and then had to leave and come back. So it was a full-on disaster. And no disrespect to Gabriel, because that happens sometimes in this mode, but
I mean,
it was unfortunate.
Like, if you watch back both our races, like game 1 and game 2, game 1 wasn't my YBA day, so this day it's not Gabriel's YBA day. So hopefully game 3 we both have like a super clean YBA day and have like the best race. So
yeah, I mean, it was close for a while until ice, when both of you were in ice, but Gabriel started having issues. So
yeah, I mean, the bows kind of helped out, making Eastern a lot easier. Like doing the double quad glitch, there's so many things that can go weirdly wrong with there.
Yeah, interestingly enough, so Gabriel didn't have the bow because never actually entered like Meyer proper. Gabriel fought Vitreous from Castle Tower, and that's why, I don't know if you're looking at the stream, that's why we have VRAM right now. But
well, yeah, I didn't have
but
2 Castle Tower keys when I went there, so, and I didn't have Eastern big, so I was like, okay, just Stairmaster to Eastern, grab the big key, just full clear Meyer, maybe I get sword, upgrade, bombos, whatever, something to do ice, hammer, like anything that would help, you know, on the way. Found the bow, was pretty happy about that.
yeah, well, my point about Gabriel not having the bow was that the item that you missed in Desert, because of the Samaria, was actually the blue cane. So Gabriel used the blue cane to fight Armos, but didn't have the half magic yet though. So it was a little funny, but that was their solution to the fight.
What was
But
half magic? Wasn't that in Saha or something?
yeah, he got it later. So it was just kind of unfortunate routing for him. Yeah, I was wondering when you got the Master Sword, I was like, well, this could be Go mode, but I mean, there are like other items that could help. You could be like holding out for hookshot if you're like extra greedy, and we didn't know the Meyer medallion at the time either.
Yeah, I was full on Go moding, but I was like, you know, I only have Master Sword. I'm not gonna dupe a sword because I can do the Master Sword fight perfectly. It's no big deal. But I was like, okay, if I find bombos, it will speed up Meyer dupe. If I find hookshot, it will speed up Eastern. If I find bow, it will speed. So like, I was only looking for speedy items, like things that would help. But I mean, after I found the bow, I shouldn't have done the vanilla big key chest in Meyer, but you know, I was there. I wanted to do it. It was fine. Everything was fine until I opened TR big, basically.
Yeah, these are hard decisions to make, and if you were doing those long checks like the Meyer big key chest, it does give you like a second to think about it. So I felt like maybe that was when you decided like you're like, I'll clear Meyer, I'll clear ice, and then if I don't find anything, we just go ahead anyway. Was that kind of the case?
Oh yeah, well, it was that when I found it. Master Sword in Skull. I was gonna drop down to
Okay.
Skullwood's back, but then I got the Master Sword in front, and I was like, I'm just gonna go Meyer, cause this is go mode for me, and if I have Medallion for Meyer, everything is just easy, and yeah, apart from that, it
The
was...
soft go mode. It's a go mode, but we still opened it.
Oh yeah, we always open. I mean, I'm learning from School of Gamma. You fluff everything you can, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, well, the bow did help.
yeah.
Unfortunate placement of the Meyer medallion, but Gabriel didn't have it either, so it ended up not mattering.
Yeah. When I found Kane early, I was like, this is a nice item, but I'm not sure how much use I will have for it. Especially when I saw Swamp Palace was dependent as well. I was like, that Red Cane isn't actually very useful for me apart from TR. But we had big
I'm
key to
about to
TR as
turn
well.
this stream off. I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is blasphemy. Like, Samario's the holy grail of glitch items. So you just need to learn how to use it better.
Well, yeah, I mean, I prefer to have bow and like hookshot, but...
Well, all the items are helpful, but I mean, Samaria definitely is more of a... You kind of gotta know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Gabriel tried to go to Swamp early with the East Samaria, but just... I don't know if they didn't like doing it with like a fighter sword visual cue, or if they were having trouble with like the dash buffers. But they decided to abandon it, and we didn't get to see anything inside Swamp at all this seed, because you guys found out it was a pendant eventually, so...
Yeah, that
But
was a
yeah, a lot of people like to
game.
do the check swap stuff from Desert with early Samaria.
Yeah, I have forgotten how to do the non-flipper diver down anyway, so for me it's fine. I was thinking, like when I hit like everything apart from like conventional items, like before I got my Master Sword, I was thinking, do I just rush GT and go right side GT and then just do things, or do I just go and clear Skull, blah blah blah, go clear Eastern Mire? And I was like, let's just do these 3 dungeons first, and then we'll go GT before Ice Palace. But then Sword came along, so yeah. It was nice seed apart from that Ganon fight was a bit long.
It happens, sometimes, definitely. Well, you did use Samaria with the TR Big Key to go to Trinex, so its intended purpose was helpful for you as well.
Oh yeah, well I would have hovered over to Trinex if that was my options. Although
You
my
say
hovering
that,
has...
but what if your arm got tired, though?
Well, yeah, you just gotta hit the hover.
Well, it's not unheard of, but, well, I'm sure the audience would have loved to see that if it was going to be a thing, but maybe next race we'll get that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what next race gives us for items. Hopefully we get a hook shot so we can do some hook pushing, because those are fun. Yeah, thank you
That
for
is
doing the
kind of what
comms.
everyone's looking for. You want
And
lamp
as
and hook
always,
shot.
yeah, I mean, I had got mushroom early, I got powder early. I was like, this might be just a nice little push setup right here. But nope. But yeah,
I
as always,
mean,
it's gonna be a pleasure to watch back, because it's always nice to watch your comms. There's always tips and tricks, so...
yeah, I might. There might be a few less tips and tricks this time. I don't remember. Kind of jumped into the last second. I was unprepared, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if we ever saw what was on that mushroom. 'Cause mushroom is kind of a gross item for hook pushing, but like we do it if we have to.
yeah. I mean, at least you didn't see me climb GT today, right? We've gotten there, right? One seed at least.
Oh, well, I mean, interestingly, I don't think that was what did you in last race. I mean, like,
Oh,
it
well,
certainly was disappointing to see it lead to nothing, though. I wanted at least one good item for you to be up there to make the race interesting, but
yeah.
well, it is rando though. We can't always be lucky.
Yeah, we'll see when we get match scheduled because I have some company things during this weekend, so probably early midweek next week, probably.
Alright, well, we'll be looking forward to that exciting Game 3, and Muffins, our tracker, has updated us that the mushroom was our container, because I missed that. I don't know if we actually saw that, or if it was from the credits, but there you have it.
Oh yeah,
So it wasn't a helpful item.
yeah, I delivered it.
Oh, okay.
I delivered it and flew it away, and I flew it back after Easter. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wasting time that way, I guess.
Yeah, I was buying potions and forgot to deliver it and go around, so I was like, I'll just deliver it. Flew back after I have done stuff. So
Okay, well, I think that pretty much covered it. Do you have any other thoughts on the seed?
good luck game 3, and hope to see you then.
Yes, we are looking forward to that, even though it's not on the schedule yet. However, we do have at 9 p.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming 4, Malmo vs. Czechs Game 2. Very exciting. And we also have a lot of races on Friday and one on Saturday as well, so stay tuned, and we hope to see you there. Thanks to Muffins for tracking, and our setup helpers as well, in case that wasn't Muffins. Thanks to SpeedGaming, and I guess that'll do it for me. My name is JD Silvergun, and we'll see you next time.